in my 4-0 undefeated streak.
But you can't go in there without believing that, right?
Absolutely.
Because there wouldn't be a point of even trying.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. You got to have a vote of confidence in yourself, and I firmly believe that. But as you know, I've spoken the truth, ever since I started this stuff. So I have no doubt that I will walk out victorious, and my camp will stay aggressive.
All right, awesome. So tell me a little bit about, and last time we talked to you, we got a lot of background information about you. We talked about, your upbringing and just some of the struggles that you've had or haven't had, what you do every day, that you don't get up at 8 in the morning and go training, that you wait till about 2. But just kind of recap that for me. Tell me a little bit about Ladarius. Who is Ladarius? Why MMA? Why is this your passion? Why not golf? Why not ping pong? What drove you to this?
Well, it was a very simple choice for me. Ever since I was a child, I grew up watching professional wrestling, and I've always thought, I wanted to be like those guys that was on TV, that were doing these moves and all this stuff, and it looked like a lot of fun, to be honest. So as I grew up, I didn't even know what amateur wrestling was, or collegiate wrestling, or any of this. I didn't even know what MMA was. All I knew was pro wrestling, and I think a little bit of boxing, but that was about it. Was those two sports, until I found amateur wrestling back in 2007 when I first started at 15. And ever since that time, I fell in love with combative sports, and I no longer wanted to pursue a career in professional wrestling. Not yet. That's still in my mindset. Don't get me wrong. But this has been my passion for almost 10 years, being an athlete and being in combative sports such as MMA. And I've dedicated my life to being the best at this. People have helped me along the way, have encouraged me to do mixed martial arts, because like I was telling you before in previous interviews, this was not my go-to sport at the time.
Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling was just my thing. But then my friends were telling me, you're so good at wrestling, you were a great high school wrestler, great college wrestler, why don't you go into mixed martial arts? And so I did. I tried it back in 2012, and ever since that time, I never looked back.
So you put all these years, all these hours of training into MMA, into wrestling and MMA. What happens after this? You're reaching the epitome of RFC. You're going to be, hopefully, the world champion. So now, what happens after that?
Well, there's a lot that's happening. I'll make an announcement here that this is something that I love to do, right? This is my passion. This is my career. After I win the world title and retain my state championship in November, I'm going to go up to 170 pounds. I'm looking to conquer 170, be the state champion there, and potentially world champion at that weight class. And then I'll drop down to 145 and fight Cam Neville for the state championship and potentially be world champion there. I'm looking to take over every single weight class from 145 to 170.
And you don't think there's anyone out there that can stop you?
I don't have any idea. How can someone prepare for somebody like me when you got some of the best guys in this weight class already? Have them guys in 170, I've beaten them already. Charlie Russo. Michael Cora was saying that he was the future of that weight class. You interviewed him. I remember that. Cam Neville, Alonzo Cruz, right? Yeah. And all these guys at 145. These guys at these weight classes. Come to me. I want to fight these guys because I feel like they've been holding captive these weight classes far too long. You know what I mean? They talk a big game and all this stuff. It's time they back it up.